What if I told you that every conversation you have today holds a hidden opportunity and that 90% of people simply let it slip away? Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll learn a simple technique that turns any dialogue into open doors, whether at work, in business, or in your personal life. Chapter 1: The Power of Conversations. Have you ever stopped to think that every conversation you have is an opportunity in disguise? The way you speak, listen, and connect with people determines whether those opportunities will emerge or vanish. In this chapter, we'll explore why small changes in how you communicate can lead to extraordinary results. The first step is to truly listen. Not just waiting for your turn to speak, but understanding what the other person really means. When you pay genuine attention, you start to notice needs, desires, and even problems that others overlook, and that's where opportunities arise. Asking the right questions is like opening invisible doors. Instead of generic questions like, "How's it going?" you learn to ask in a way that makes the other person feel valued and comfortable sharing important information. This builds trust and brings you closer to real solutions. Before presenting any idea, build a connection. Show that you understand the other person and value their opinion. Empathy turns a simple conversation into a partnership. People open up more when they feel you genuinely care, and that's when opportunities emerge. In the end, the secret is simple: listen, ask, connect. Every conversation can be the start of something big if you apply these techniques. Start practicing today, observe the results, and prepare to transform your life, one conversation at a time. Chapter 2: How to Spot Hidden Opportunities in Conversations. Many opportunities go unnoticed simply because we don't know how to recognize them. In this chapter, you'll learn how to identify subtle signs in conversations that point to opportunities, whether for business, projects, or personal relationships. Small details can reveal big possibilities. The tone of voice, the words chosen, even a pause in the middle of a sentence can indicate what someone truly wants or needs. Paying attention to these signals is like having a treasure map hidden within every dialogue. Asking with genuine curiosity is essential. Instead of assuming what the other person thinks, dig deeper. A simple question can uncover opportunities you never imagined existed. The more curious you are, the more doors will open before you. Not everything is said directly. Often, people don't clearly express their desires or challenges. Learning to notice these unspoken needs gives you an advantage. You become able to offer solutions before they're even requested. Spotting hidden opportunities is a skill anyone can develop. Observe, listen, and question carefully. Every conversation becomes fertile ground, ready to yield surprising results if you know how to look beyond the words. Chapter 3: The Art of Asking Questions That Open Doors. If conversation is an opportunity, then knowing how to ask questions is the key that unlocks those doors. In this chapter, we'll explore how strategic questions can transform an ordinary dialogue into a pathway to new possibilities. Well-crafted questions show genuine interest and build trust. Instead of talking about yourself, steer the conversation to understand the other person. Asking about their challenges, dreams, and priorities makes people feel valued and understood. Avoid questions that only allow yes or no answers. Opt for open-ended questions that encourage reflection and explanation. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" try, "What motivates you most about your work right now?" The difference is huge. Each response is a clue. By listening closely, you start to identify opportunities that wouldn't be obvious at first glance. This is where strategic questions become powerful tools for creating connections and mutually beneficial solutions. Asking questions is more than seeking answers. It's creating pathways. Practice listening, reflecting, and asking strategically. Each well-placed question can open doors you never imagined existed, turning your conversations into real opportunities. Chapter 4: Connection and Empathy. The Secret to Valuable Conversations. More than words, people connect through emotions. In this chapter, we'll discover how empathy and genuine connection transform any conversation into an opportunity to build lasting, productive relationships. Empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes, understanding their feelings and perspectives. When you show you truly care, The other person opens up, shares valuable information, and feels comfortable collaborating. Small gestures make a big difference. Smiling, maintaining eye contact, using the person's name, and reflecting their feelings. These actions build trust and make the conversation more natural, increasing the chances of turning it into real opportunities. Opportunities often slip away due to a lack of connection. Interruptions, judgments, or automatic responses create barriers. Instead, practice listening without interrupting and validating what the other person says, even if you disagree. This keeps the conversation flowing positively. True connection is the bridge between an ordinary conversation and a valuable opportunity. The more empathy you practice, the more doors open and the more trust you build. Remember, people do business with those they trust and connect with. Chapter 5: Positive Reinforcement: How to Engage and Inspire in Conversations. The way you react during a conversation can completely change its direction. In this chapter, we'll explore the power of positive reinforcement and how it helps engage people and turn dialogues into real opportunities. Positive reinforcement is recognizing and valuing what the other person says or does, creating an atmosphere of trust and collaboration. Sincere compliments and small acknowledgments increase openness and make the other person feel valued. At work, you can acknowledge a colleague's contribution. In meetings, valuing even small ideas encourages participation. In everyday life, noticing small positive actions strengthens relationships and creates a favorable environment for future opportunities. When you use positive reinforcement, people become more open, motivated, and willing to collaborate. Conversations stop being just exchanges of words and become moments of building partnerships and joint solutions. Valuing and engaging is simple but transforms communication entirely. Start today by recognizing small gestures and opinions around you. Each act of positive reinforcement builds trust and brings you closer to opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. Chapter 6: Closing Conversations with Clarity and Purpose. Conversing is great, but the real value comes when you know how to conclude a dialogue clearly and strategically. In this chapter, we'll learn how to close conversations by turning words into actions and concrete opportunities. Many opportunities are lost because conversations end without a defined next step. Closing with clarity means making it explicit what will be done, who will do it, and when. This creates commitment and keeps the opportunity alive. Don't wait for the other person to figure out what you want. Suggest solutions or concrete actions naturally and collaboratively. For example, how about we explore this idea together next week? Or, can I send you a summary of our options? When you close a conversation with purpose, you demonstrate professionalism, organization, and proactivity. Plus, you increase the other person's confidence in you, making it easier to create future opportunities. Closing conversations with clarity turns simple dialogues into real results. Practice defining next steps and watch how each conversation stops being just words and starts generating concrete opportunities for your personal and professional life. Chapter 7: Body Language That Opens Doors. It's not just the words that matter. The way you present yourself physically during a conversation sends powerful messages. In this chapter, we'll explore how body language can transform any dialogue into an opportunity. Maintaining an open, upright, and confident posture shows you're engaged and receptive. Avoid crossed arms or a distracted gaze, as these can create invisible barriers. Presence conveys credibility and trust. Gentle gestures, genuine smiles, and expressions consistent with what you're saying reinforce your message. People notice inconsistencies, so aligning your words and body is essential for creating connection and engagement. Don't just speak with your body, listen with it. Leaning slightly forward, maintaining eye contact, and nodding subtly show attention and interest, making the other person feel valued and understood. Body language is a powerful ally in turning conversations into opportunities. By aligning words and gestures, you not only communicate better but also create a presence that opens doors and strengthens valuable connections. Chapter 8: How to Handle Objections and Turn Them into Opportunities. Not every conversation goes as planned. Objections and resistance can arise at any moment. In this chapter, you'll learn how to handle these situations and turn them into opportunities for growth and strengthening. When someone raises an objection, the first step is to listen carefully and understand their perspective. Reacting defensively closes doors. Listening attentively opens paths to creative and constructive solutions. Ask questions to get to the root of the issue. For example, what concerns you about this proposal? Or, how could we make this more helpful for you? Strategic questions turn objections into valuable information. Every objection holds a lesson or an unmet need. By addressing it empathetically and collaboratively, you not only solve the problem but also build trust and create new chances to move the conversation forward. Objections aren't barriers, they're signals that something important needs attention. Use each resistance as an opportunity to listen more, connect better, and build solutions that turn any conversation into concrete results. Chapter 9: Building Long-Term Relationships. Well-handled conversations don't end when the words stop. In this chapter, we'll discover how to turn interactions into lasting relationships that generate ongoing opportunities over time. Staying in touch and showing regular interest strengthens any relationship. Small gestures, like sending a follow-up message or sharing something helpful, show you care and are present. Long-term relationships are built on trust. Keeping promises, being transparent, and respecting others' time and opinions solidifies your credibility and makes your interactions more meaningful. It's not just about meeting lots of people but cultivating relevant connections. Connecting with those who share your interests and values increases your chances of creating real opportunities, both professionally and personally. Turning conversations into long-term relationships is an investment in the future. Every well-handled interaction builds of opportunities that grows over time. Start nurturing your connections today and reap the rewards tomorrow. Chapter 10: How to use communication to influence positively. Communicating well goes beyond speaking correctly. It's about influencing positively and making an impact. In this chapter, you'll learn how to direct your words and actions to create constructive influence in any conversation. The way you communicate reflects your intention. When your intention is genuine and positive, people feel trust and open up more. Communicating to help, not just to win, generates respect and reciprocity. Being clear and concise avoids misunderstandings and conveys confidence. Structure your ideas simply, without beating around the bush, so your message is understood and inspires action. Well-chosen words increase your influence. Beyond informing, you can motivate and inspire. Sharing stories, experiences, and real examples engages the other person and makes the conversation memorable. Positive influence arises when your message resonates practically and emotionally. Communication is a powerful tool. By aligning intention, clarity, and inspiration, you transform simple dialogues into moments of positive influence, opening doors and creating opportunities that impact your life and others. Chapter 11: Turning Conversations into Opportunities in Practice. We've reached the final chapter, and now it's time to put everything into practice. Throughout this audiobook, we've learned techniques for listening, asking, connecting, reinforcing positively, and influencing constructively. But knowledge only becomes power when applied. Remember, listening attentively reveals hidden opportunities, strategic questions create pathways, empathy and connection strengthen relationships, positive reinforcement engages, and closing conversations with clarity turns dialogues into real results. Each technique complements the others, creating a complete approach. At work, applying these techniques can open doors to projects and promotions. In personal relationships, it strengthens bonds and trust. In networking, it turns ordinary encounters into valuable opportunities. Every conversation is a chance to apply what we've learned. Don't wait to start tomorrow. Choose one conversation today, apply one of these techniques, and notice the difference. Consistent practice turns skills into concrete results. Small daily changes lead to big opportunities over time. Turning conversations into opportunities is a habit, not an innate talent. With attention, empathy, and strategic action, you can create open doors in every aspect of your life. Start now and discover the power each dialogue can bring to your journey. If you've made it this far, you already have the knowledge to turn your conversations into real opportunities. But knowledge only becomes power when you act. Start today. Listen more, ask better, connect genuinely, and value every dialogue. And if you want to keep learning techniques that can change your financial, professional, and personal life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any content that can turn your opportunities into concrete results. Remember, every conversation is an open door. Now, it's up to you to walk through it.